We're the group of Perfekta and Perfekta Studios, and we're made of Matt Scriven, Sam Gummeson, and myself, Graeme Rombough, and we decided to work on the project Afloat, which is a simple arcade-style fish game along the lines of PopCap games where things are very simple, and we took some of our themes from the Mario Party games with the very simple mini-game themes. Well, Unity 3D is a 3D game engine that we used, and it's got a really great backend with some fundamental things similar to X and A. We used C# to program, and it has some set infrastructure, so an update and an initialize are all built in already. It's a very script-based programming environment where instead of using classes, you're using scripts, and then the scripts interact with each other the same way a class would. It has a front end similar to the way Adobe Flash has a front end, where you can visually place elements in the scene and also affect their properties. So you have the two sides of the art side of the game where you can actually place, and the back end of C# where we get to make the core functionality of our game.
Well, the gameplay is you are a fish swimming around in a fish tank and you have to collect food. And the reason we picked this is because it's just a very arcadey, generic kind of style of game. It's just trying to get the highest score you can possibly can. And when playing with a bunch of people and you're trying to make a simplistic game, that sort of gameplay is just really fun. It's really simple and anybody can quickly pick it up. So it's just really easy for a bunch of people to come together and quickly learn how to play and just have a lot of fun. So that's the main reason why we picked that sort of style of gameplay. The art style for the game reflected the gameplay in a sense. We tried to maintain simplicity. So while the game was simplistic, we tried to make sure that the style kind of followed that trend. So we used a lot of kind of like vector art, very simple textures. We didn't try to make the fish look like photorealistic fish. We just tried to make them look like fun and I don't know, kind of happy, simplistic, fun little fish. We wanted people to recognize they were fish, but not say like, ooh, that's like a pike, that's like a bass. Just wanted them to just know that they were fish. Same thing with the tank and all the things in the environment. It was all very simple geometry, nothing too crazy, so that was the general art style we used.
We chose to use iOS devices because it allows us to use JavaScript to get touch events and tilt events from the device, and then so basically the user can join our wireless network, go to a web page, and then start playing the game. And when they interact with the device, so if they turn side to side or like move up and down with their finger on the screen, it'll change, like it'll control the fish in the tank. Those events or that data is then sent to our server that does some processing on it. The server is running Node.js and Socket.io, which is basically a way to set up a server really easily, programmed in JavaScript. So that data is then sent to Unity 3D and used to control the game. Node.js is a server-side scripting language. It's basically JavaScript, but it's used to easily create a web server, or any kind of server for that matter, of your liking. So you can have it sort of respond to different things in different ways and send data places.
Socket.io is a front-end library for .NET socket programming that allowed us to do the programming in C#, and it provides a simpler way to create sockets and handshakes and things like that, and to communicate data to the Node.js server and back from the Node.js server. And it was used in Unity and it's installed on the server so that they can connect with each other, and it was just better than having to delve into .NET sockets. We could use a library that made things a little bit easier to program.